What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy and welcome to another video on the channel. Today guys, we're going to be talking more about Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, and today what I want to talk about is something that a lot of you probably have already come to a conclusion of yourself, and that is about how I feel like ReMIND is going to be the start or our sneak peek into the next saga for Kingdom Hearts. I would debatably say that it might even focus on that a little bit, more so than the Dark Seeker saga that it's part of. Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND is looking magnificent. I've said this 1,000 times, lots of fights, new lore, and just tons of content in general. We have already gotten word that the next Kingdom Hearts project should be beginning production sometime soon, and based off of the job listings, we do know that they're going to be on PS4 and the Xbox One, and probably the next gen consoles as well. And it's very likely that ReMIND will leave off on a big cliffhanger going into that game, similar to Kingdom Hearts Final Mixes previously with their secret endings. I've made a video before about how I feel like ReMIND is probably going to have a extended secret ending featuring Yozora and the Master and whatnot. Because the secret ending we got in Kingdom Hearts 3 was a little bit short, but that's usually how it is when we don't have a final mix for a Kingdom Hearts game, unfortunately. But the few things that make me think that ReMIND is probably going to be our sneak peek into the next saga, our beginning to the next saga, is for starters, the Master being back for one. Then on top of that, they're talking about what is mentioned in the secret reports, and the secret reports basically almost have nothing to do with the Dark Seeker saga. A lot of that feels like exposition for what's going to be happening next, exposition for Scarlet Kylam, Union Cross, and whatnot. The cutscene with Sora talking about Kairi in the ReMIND trailer, the most recent one, with Kirthi saying this time the situation is much worse, and we can assume that they're talking about Sora having to go save Kairi, as we saw Sora leave like during that CG cutscene at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Kingdom Hearts 3 ending, which we know Sora did end up saving Kairi, but he didn't return himself, and we can safely assume that this is where that scene may start, and this may be a sneak peek into some sort of quote secret episode. On top of that, the arenas in these data fights, now this may be reaching a little bit, but the arenas in these data fights have a very similar theme to the Scarlet Kylam aesthetic, but this makes me feel like maybe like the data fights are going to take place in some sort of Scarlet Kylam-esque Cavern of Remembrance sort of thing, or maybe they're simply just battle portals that teleport you to this arena. But regardless of that though, I feel like the arena themselves are like hinting at something greater, and maybe when you beat all of these data fights you get some crazy cutscene, some crazy lore, or maybe some item like you did when you beat critical mode and collected all the lucky emblems. And also Scarlet Kylam within itself being a pivotal point of history in the past. Kingdom Hearts 3, while simultaneously finishing the Dark Seeker saga, also passed the torch on to the next saga, to the Foretellers and the Master of Masters. And based off of context clues and Nomura interviews, you get the feeling that Nomura is just ready to start the next saga. He in fact said that in the Ultimania, that even though Kingdom Hearts 3 is done, he doesn't feel like he's, well, done. And I feel like ReMIND's a big example of that, and the fact that they're already like about to start on the next Kingdom Hearts game is proof enough of that as well. ReMIND at the same time, while putting the final nail in the coffin for the Xehanort saga by answering questions like how Xion came back, giving us our very highly wanted Terra Nort and Lingering Woe cutscene. Hopefully that turns into a fight, but simultaneously while putting the final nail in the coffin for the Xehanort saga, Dark Seeker saga, it will also probably be our sneak peek or even more into the next saga of Kingdom Hearts, which doesn't have a name yet, but I'm going to call it the Master's Intentions arc, because I really feel like that's like kind of going to be the goal of the next saga, which I might make another video on. And keep in mind guys, this is all soon. Like this isn't something that's going to be happening 5 years from now when the next few Kingdom Hearts games eventually release. Personally, I believe the next Kingdom Hearts game is going to release much sooner than we think. But in regards to ReMIND, this is very soon as this winter, which can technically be any time from December to March. Just a couple of months. We're in November now. So to get the next saga this soon, or get our sneak peek into that saga this soon, is pretty crazy. Now you could say that Union Cross is already what has started the next saga. It barely has anything to do with the Xehanort saga in terms of the main lore, quote unquote. It is the foundation for what we have today in the Kingdom Hearts series, but you can definitely tell that the things that we are focusing on in Union Cross don't have much to do with the Xehanort saga. It's all build up for what's going to be happening after Kingdom Hearts 3, and I feel like we can add ReMIND into that. ReMIND seems like it's going to be having a decent amount of content that might take place after Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's pretty cool, if I'd say so myself. Though the only hint we do have towards that is the Sora and Kirthi cutscene where they're talking about Kairi, that scene being an obvious one that would happen post-game. And I know some people are theorizing that we may have a secret episode with like Sora and Shibuya or Riku and Shibuya, which is extremely possible, but I personally feel like they would save something that big for the next Kingdom Hearts game. You know, they're not going to put all their eggs into one basket. They're going to leave us a trail of breadcrumbs. We have to have something to entice us to buy the next game after all. ReMIND and Union Cross updates are going to be giving us content to talk about for years to come. Union Cross alone has been exciting me so much recently. You guys have been enjoying the crap out of the Union Cross content, and I've been enjoying it as well. Like recently after Kingdom Hearts 3, after reading the secret reports, which have kind of like cleared up some things in Union Cross, like streamlined the story a little bit, we know what to expect. Even if we don't know exactly what's going to happen, we know how it's probably going to end up. So it makes the story a little bit more enjoyable just having that knowledge, and it's helped me enjoy the story more having that knowledge. And in regards to Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, I really am so excited for ReMIND. Like, I'm constantly debating with myself over what I'm more excited over. I definitely still feel like I'm more excited over bosses, but it's also like when I start talking about the story, thinking about all the story stuff that might be happening, I get so excited, dude. It's kind of just crazy thinking that we've been with the Dark Seeker saga all this time. Every single Kingdom Hearts game has been about Xehanort or some version of him, Riku overcoming his darkness. A lot of new stuff at the time, but it's still all a part of, like, you know, the same saga. But now, for the first time in Kingdom Hearts history, actually, technically, like I said, you could say Union Cross kind of started all of this, we are getting a new saga, a whole new story arc. Now, I'm sure the new story arc is going to connect in many ways to the previous one. As we know, the Dark Seeker saga seems to have just been part of the Master's great plan, a simple part of Lu Shu's role, but it's still a new saga at the core of it all. And that is what excites me the most. That is going to be one of my things I'm looking forward to the most going into the next Kingdom Hearts game. And I really feel like, based off of ReMIND trailers, the scenes they've put in ReMIND, like putting scenes about the Master in there, scenes about Sora and Kairi in there, which is a scene that takes place like after Xehanort is defeated, based off of the context in that cutscene. Of course, we only saw a couple seconds of it, but based off of the context in that cutscene, it definitely seems like ReMIND, at least even if it's a little bit, is going to be focusing a little bit on the next saga, and that's so exciting, man. But that's going to about do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you're not already and want to become a part of the Union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.